Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show. Let everybody know we're on. Share it with a friend. Kane Foyle, let's go.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all don't gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Slide on my roll glide, looking so fly, 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We iron elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Run it up, y'all the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it, I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know I hardly did it, I'm real naughty with it. My ride clean when it bling, I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it, I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it, backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, roll it up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey, man, look, if you're going to do all that crying, what the baby going to do, you dig? Hey, happy Wednesday to everybody. Welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show. As you come in, if you would be so kind, reach up, man. Hit the like button so we can get the algorithms kicking and we can get the show moving this morning. We got a good one for you today, man. She was a rock star on the highway, man. She went viral. She was all over the place, man. It was Fearless, man. She's back from across the country, man. She did her thing, man. She had some of the funniest videos, man. We gonna talk about it. She in the middle of the field and she doing her thing. Hey, fam. Good morning. Top of the morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful.
Yeah, you look like you back, well rested, everything now. You good today?
I'm still a little tired, but
Still a
yeah.
little tired. You had a fantastic ride. For those that don't know, that might have been hiding under a tree, she took her motorcycle and went from Savannah, Georgia, all the way across of these USAs
Yes.
and back to Jacksonville, Florida, and back home to Savannah, Georgia. And
Back
most
to Savannah.
importantly, she did it safe. How about that,
Did it safe.
family?
Yes.
Let's start off right now. Let's go ahead and give you this. Good stuff. But we get ready to get into it, man. So Fearless, that's what we call you, because she's fearless. If you don't mind, let's take a couple minutes, man, to introduce yourself to everybody. Tell us a little bit about you, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Hey, my name's Andrea Brown. I'm from Columbus, Georgia. Retired military in Savannah, Georgia with my husband. And I am a dental hygienist. I work on Hilton Head, which is about an hour and a half ride every day. I've only been riding since October of 2020. I'm a COVID rider. So, but it was something that I've always wanted to do. And I decided during COVID, it was time to get it done. So I started riding, and I thought I was just going to ride around the town and ride back and forth to work. It wasn't enough. So I started getting on the road. I ride a lot by myself because I couldn't find anybody to ride with. And I got to the point where if I didn't go by myself, I wasn't going. So I'm real quick to hop on that
Been there
motorcycle and
before.
go. Yeah. I do offer. I'll let everybody know what I'm doing. No takers. It's okay. I'm going by myself.
How about that? Hey, you know something ironic that you just brought up? You said you started riding during COVID,
Yes.
2020. You want to hear something really, really funny? You couldn't put these two things together if you tried.
Mm.
The I-10 to the end, the whole ride, the patch, the whole idea behind it started this June of
Oh, wow.
2020.
Oh, wow.
That's where it
Yeah.
came from. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
It came from at that point. We were all riding. We were going to our runs, our MC events, and all those things. And then when everything shut down,
Shut down. Yes.
I mean, it was what, late March to
Yes.
June. It was just ghost towns.
Right.
And it was originally, I was supposed to ride across country to Northern California, to Stockton.
Yes.
And because of, no, it was to Arizona. I'm sorry, it was to Arizona in April for the AZ run. And when everything shut down, I delayed the ride.
Okay.
And I will remember talking to Big Cell. This is probably about a month and a half later, probably around end of May. And I said, man, this is going to change things. It's going to either decimate the motorcycle community
Yeah.
or it's going to make us pivot and start thinking about something more than just partying.
Right.
And
Right.
and when I took the ride, I took the ride to Stockton in June, and it just was something. It set different to me this time, and that's when it started moving in my head. This whole idea about this zany ride, I-10 to the end, and encouraging other people to do things that you normally wouldn't do, and
Exactly.
that's where it came from. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh boy, look at
Exactly.
you! That same year, same time
There's a
frame, you
silver
learned how to
lining to
ride.
that. There's a silver lining to COVID.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it had to be
yeah,
COVID, but there's a silver
yeah.
lining to it. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. But okay, so here we are. Let's do
Yes.
this. But let's go ahead and thank the people that came on with us this morning before we get into this lovely story. Man, shout out to K Solo. Me and him rapped a little bit over the last few days. Shout out to Tamara Robertson. Breezy does it. Glad to have you with us today, bro. He always rocks with us the long way. Kane 4L, the author, the producer, the singer of the Harley Up theme song,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
It's the I'm
Yes.
Elite
Yes.
podcast song. Harley Up, you dig? Man, shout out to Jeffrey Brown. Garnett,
That's my
appreciate you being
husband.
on with us today. Hey, DJ D ready. You know she upstairs. She looking. You her favorite now. So
That's my girl.
there it is. So shout out to everybody who's on with us today. I know you could be anywhere doing anything, but you're rocking it. And spend a little bit of time with me and Phyllis today to talk about her epic ride across the country. So Phyllis, let's get right into it. We've been riding now for a hot 5 years. A hot
Yes.
5 years. That ain't a long time.
Nah. No.
That's not a long time at all.
No.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
How do we start and how do we get to where we at now?
So I took the Harley Davidson class, and my husband is a cigar smoker, and he was going to a lounge with cigar smokers, and he told the guys that I was learning to ride. So one of the brothers, I'll never forget, he said to me, "Sis, wait till you ride for a couple of months, like buy a used bike, and then decide what kind of rider you were." It never dawned on me that I would decide what kind of rider I was. And I started off on a Honda Shadow. I actually put about I got about 90,000 miles. I have over 100,000 miles under my seat. And I did a lot of it on that Honda Shadow.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So but I
Impressive.
didn't realize I was going to be a long distance rider. So it just kind of evolved. I wanted to, the more I ride, the further I want to go. The further you go, the more you want to ride. So that's how I became a long distance rider. It was not because that's what I wanted to do. It just, that's who I am. It became who I am. So yeah.
Well, I put it this way: if you ride 90K, you run out of places around Savannah and Columbus to ride. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you end up going farther. Yeah,
Right,
it's just in the wheelhouse at that point.
Yeah.
Because 90K is a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Wow.
It became I would take like 5 days, I have a lot of 4-day weekends on my job, and I just take off. And those 4-day weekends would be 3,000 and 4,000 miles. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So it was just an evolution for you. It was in the
Right,
cards for you.
right, right,
Wow.
right.
Wow. Okay, now in 2025, was this your first cross country ride?
This is my first cross country. Furthest I've been, I went to North Dakota.
Okay.
That's the furthest west I've been.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
That's pretty far. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so I was I went to Tulsa to Black Wall Street, and I was supposed to come home that Sunday. Lo and behold, my boss closed the office the next week, and I said, "Well, I'm a third of the way. I might as well keep going."
True. True.
So yeah,
you out there, you might well keep pushing. I mean,
right.
sister, come
Keep it
home
moving.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how it was. It wasn't a spur of the moment, but it was a spur of the moment. It was not a last minute decision, but I think maybe 4 weeks.
Okay, so you wasn't even preparing for this ride. You were preparing for another ride,
I
and
was
you said,
preparing to go to Tulsa on
and you said, let
Wednesday
me take
and back
advantage of an
home on
opportunity.
Sunday. Yeah.
Wow. So okay, so now I'm gonna take a advantage of an opportunity. I remember when you reached out to me. I think either you were in Vegas or you were on your way to Vegas.
I was in Vegas the morning. Yeah, I was in
Yeah,
Vegas, and I was
yeah,
leaving Vegas to go down to
yeah,
Santa Monica.
yeah. You hit me up at my hey in Vegas, Sarge. I'll be in LA and in no time flat, and I'm getting ready to
Yeah.
start the I-10 TD. And I say what? Say what?
Yeah, I was
Hey,
like, do I need to delay this a day, or can I start today? That's what it
yeah.
was. Yeah.
Hey, so we get in, we do this. Let me see. Let's see. Why don't I have that? I thought. I'll see if I can find it. I'm gonna get it up. I think you'll start a picture here. Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah.
There we go. So we get to Vegas. You and I talk a little bit of tad, and
Right.
then you said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in LA." I think we were talking. Hey, just 6 hours later. So
Yeah.
you get to LA. Here we are in beautiful Santa Monica Pier. She happy. Look at her, folks. Look at her on the picture. She happy. She ready to rock.
I pull up, and there's some people standing there, and I say, "Hey, can you take my picture?" And they're looking at me like I was crazy, and I was like, hand signals. Can you take my picture? They didn't speak English. They were French. Somehow I got it across, and they took that picture.
Nice. Well, they did you well.
Yes.
Hey, so we get the picture now. I believe this is what we were looking at. What was it? This
It was
wasn't on
about
a
7 o'clock in the afternoon.
7 o'clock in the afternoon. This wasn't on a Sunday, was it? No, I don't think so. I think it was like on a Monday.
It was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. We ready to rock and roll. The whole world knows it now. So you know you're up under the gun.
Right.
Did you think about that? That
No.
everybody gonna see everything.
No.
Uh,
No. I
okay.
had no thoughts of that I would be being watched. I mean, I knew about the ambassadors, and I knew people on the page would see my my videos and whatnot, but it never dawned on me how much they were paying attention.
Oh, they were
Never.
paying attention.
Yes.
Oh, they were in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were in it.
In my head, I was still alone.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get there because I want to talk about
Yeah.
that. 'Cause
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to bring that up because the physically being alone, but knowing you really was not alone.
Right. Right.
People were there. Okay, so maybe I might be putting the cart before the horse, but we're gonna try it anyway. Thinking about that now, how does that make you feel to say, okay, even that I got to twist the throttle myself. Nobody's going to do that for me,
Right.
but I don't have to per se have to figure out everything. I've got a good pit crew behind me. I got people who are experienced to be able to help me if I have questions. How does that make you feel? Does it build confidence?
It gives you a certain level of peace. Like you say, I know that I have to do this myself. I know that I'm out here by myself. But if I need to stop, or with people watching my location and moving, if I stay too long and they call and they check on me, I know in the back of my head, I know that somebody has an eye on me the whole time. But I'm out here by myself.
I,
So my pit crew comes from, I saw you do an interview with Lil Mama, and she talked about a pit crew and whatever.
oh yeah.
And somebody else I heard talk about a pit crew. So
Oh,
over
all of
the
them have.
years, I've built a
Yeah.
pit crew.
Yeah. You
Tamara,
should.
yeah, Tamara Robertson, that's on Watching Live now. She is my weather girl. When I
Nice.
was in
Shout out to
Colorado,
Tamara.
yeah, when I was in Colorado, I wanted to go down the $1 Million Highway, and she called me and said, "Hey, Auntie, you can't go that way." So she rerouted me. So I know that people are watching over me. I have my handler. He was constantly telling me things like your phone is not charging, things like that. So um, I know that I'm not alone, but it's still, I felt alone because I like, just my normal people were with me, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Interesting stuff, and I'm glad you spoke on it because I want the audience to understand how this thing kind of plays out. And for everybody that don't know, we call it a nickname. We call it a pit crew affectionately because when a race car driver he drives or she drives, she has a crew that helps her or him with the car to make sure the car is running well, to make sure the driver is doing the right things, to be able to answer any concerns that the driver has about the vehicle. In long distance motorcycling, we say this to every rider that's going to be riding more than 100 miles from home.
Right.
Have a pit crew, and that's people that love on you, that people that
Right.
care about you. Don't put nobody in your pit crew that don't care that much about you.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't do that. They got to be, and they don't have to be a family member. They have to be a person that just really, really cares about you. If they're looking at your glimpse and they notice you didn't move for a long period of time,
Right.
they're checking to make sure, hey, is there a medical issue? Is there something that we need to alert somebody because something's going on? Or, hey, your phone is dying. We don't need your phone to be dead out there. We need you to charge it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think you guys get the drill, but a pit crew is priceless. It's
Right.
valuable. Is that fair?
It is fair. And like you said, doesn't have to be family. Even though I do have family in there, it has evolved. There were people that were in it that are not in it now. And not because I didn't think they cared, but they just weren't attentive enough. And the people that are in my pit crew, they are excited about me riding. So they're interested in it. They want to see where I'm going. They want to know. So that help if they're more into what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the good part about the pit crew, I'm gonna say something silly. You can fire members from your pit crew.
Right.
Need to do so.
Right.
It's fluid.
I've done it. It's like, never mind. I'll talk to you when I get
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Don't worry about it, bro. We'll holler at you. So, yes, we can replace parts of the pit crew. You can add to, take away.
Right.
And again, it's just having a good group of folks around you that's going to love on you. That's going to make sure we make you feel as safe as humanly possible in something that, let's be
Exactly.
honest, it's kind of dangerous. It is, but we do it because of love of what we do. Is that fair?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so we got our pit crew together. We ripping and running. We ready to roll. We've already made it to the West Coast. So
Yes.
now the only thing we have to do is make it back from the West
Make it back.
Coast.
Yes.
So leaving LA, is this a new highway for you, I-10, to be that far? I'd
To
imagine.
be that far,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now, I absolutely riding into Santa Monica to the pier. It was a smooth ride, and I was moving. I was doing my thing. So I absolutely love riding in there. When I came, I didn't have to lane split as much as would be expected. Most people talk about. Even coming out, when I got back on 10 to come out, one of the things little mama had said to me, and it stuck in my head, she said, turn off the GPS, just follow the road. And I put it on to get back on I-10. And I remembered to turn it off when I looked down and it was trying to put me on 110. I thought, never mind, turn this off. And I
Hmm.
started just following the signs.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know if it was just my timing, but the traffic was not ugly. It was, I tell people the worst traffic in the world to me is Atlanta. And this was not as bad as Atlanta to me.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Atlanta's, yeah, yeah. I will
So
say, yeah, I will
yeah,
say
I
Atlanta's the
got
worst.
through. I did lane split a little bit, but I didn't have to consistently. It moved right along. I don't know if it was the timing of the day or but it was a really smooth exit.
Well, good, good. I do think you had some great timing. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go ahead and say that, and that's
yeah,
okay. That's okay. Hey, man, that's perfect. If it works out perfect, it's perfect for you. That's the
yes,
most important thing. But taking back from you and saying, I don't want to bog down too long in it. But
right,
when you spoke about turning off your GPS, when you said little mama told you that, shout out to little mama. What
yes.
what was the biggest reason for turning that GPS off in LA?
Because it kept trying to reroute me. It kept it. I had talked to you. Hey, it kept trying to reroute me, and I had to. It was just in my ear, and I wanted it to stop. So
Yeah, I had to tell everybody because 10 to the end. I'm gonna be honest. You really don't need no GPS. Just stay on 10. Just stay on 10. GPS as a backup is a great thing, just in case you get diverted because of a construction issue or something like that. But 10 is pretty simple. If you can read, you good to
you
go on a
can you
10.
can ride
But
exactly.
it can get kind of tricky sometimes in LA because if you're using Waze or something like that, it will try to divert you to the closest route to wherever you're going. Okay, so
Jasper, come here. This is
hey,
Jasper.
Jasper say he trying to be all up in the video. He
Come here.
trying to be in the video.
Yeah, this is Jasper rides with me.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, they ride with me.
Yeah, we trying to make Jasper a star today. So okay, so we get off, we leave LA, we're in California. Our first leg, how was it for you? Was it what you thought? Was there some things of difficulty? What should we need to know about the first leg?
The first leg was I didn't know where I was going to stop. I just knew I wanted to get out of um California for whatever reason. So I did do a kind of an itinerary, and my initial itinerary, I was supposed to end up in Tucson the first night. But and I was on my way to Tucson. But my handler, the one I called the handler, Mr. Gray, he said, no, you're not going to make it to Tucson. We're going to shut you down. And so then that's when they started looking for me a place to stay. And I stopped right over the border into Nevada in Ehrenberg, Nevada. It's like the very first exit. And
Okay,
I
now that was
stopped
going
there.
out. That was going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going out. That wasn't coming back.
No, it was coming back. As soon as I came across the across California into Nevada,
You probably talking about Arizona.
Arizona. Am I talking about
Yeah,
Arizona?
yeah, you
Arizona.
talking about
Okay.
Arizona. Okay,
Ehrenberg.
so you went in and shut down in you went and before Phoenix.
Right.
And,
Before
and
Phoenix.
and that probably wasn't a bad idea because you were
Right.
coming from Vegas. You were coming
Right.
from Vegas to LA and then now from LA. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Actually, that was a good move to go ahead and shut
Yeah.
it on down.
Yeah.
When you said Tucson, I thought you were. I said, well,
Oh no.
she's a beast, but I would have preferred you to shut it down in the Phoenix. But when they told you to shut it down, I can understand that.
Right.
I really can. Okay, so the
He
first
knows
day.
that I would. He knows that I would have kept riding. He knows that I. So, and whenever I'm on a pit crew, and I will listen to them, even though I'm like, no, I can do this. If they are adamant, I'll just say okay, and I don't argue. But I was on my way to
Mhm.
Tucson.
Well, well, I'm glad to hear that because I was seeing some of my riders. They are stubborn. I ain't gonna say no name. They are stubborn. They are very, very stubborn.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say no names. There's some females. They're very, very stubborn. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. So
Right.
typically, when I know at that point, I just say, hey, man, let's just keep them in our prayers and watch it because they're
Right.
gonna make what happen. What they're gonna make happen. So okay, so we shut it down first day.
Yes.
On the western side of Arizona. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves.
Right.
Weather, how was weather the first day coming out of the gate? How did you feel? Was it baking hot or was it nice and
It.
mild?
Yeah. After riding through Colorado, even up in Las Vegas, I was coming into the heat. It was a
Mm-hmm.
drastic change.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So then, I have a camelback that I keep, and lethargic. It's a lot of that comes from being dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain is about 90% fluid, so you have to keep it hydrated. Well, that's the first thing when you start feeling sleepy and or start feeling like confused. It's because you're dehydrated. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to. It's a 2 liter, and I'll finish that 2 liter within the 2 hours because I stop every 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I've had blood clots. That's another thing. Had blood clots before, so I am the one that gets off the bike every time I stop
Mm.
and walk in to pay for my gas. That's the key. You have the blood flowing. I don't pull up and sit on the bike and fill my gas up. I'm going to get off.
Okay, it's a
So
great idea.
and so I drink water the whole time. I'm consistently drinking water.
Something, boy. Okay, now it's end of May. It's getting ready to be June, and you said something really important because when the first time you went across, the weather was a little bit milder because where you were on the 40 and
Right.
you're going through some of the higher elevation area. Now you're on the most southern route going across America. The most southern.
Yes.
I-10 to
Yes.
the end is like Death Valley Junior.
Right.
So, obviously
You're
you're
right.
looking at some different scenarios now. Hydration is just as important as gas.
Right.
And like you said, getting off the bike, being able to stretch. Um, did you have difficulties dealing with the heat and keeping hydrated and keeping pace on the motorcycle, or did you have that down pretty good?
I built the rhythm. It took me about a half a day to get the rhythm, but once I got it, and I had to keep reminding myself to drink. Um, at one point, I know I did start feeling like, what's wrong? Something's off, and I realized I hadn't been drinking the water, and I started drinking, and then I felt better. I after that, it was like you got to drink this water.
Got to, you got
Yeah.
to. And what you spoke about is that the feeling of I forgot the words you use. I'm gonna say loopy, a loopy
Yeah.
feeling. You don't feel very alert. Those type of things.
Right.
That is dangerous business. I do agree with you. I've been through it. You on the bike now. You're starting to feel tired. You're not sharp. You're not
Right.
making good mental moves. They're not
Right.
crisp moves. Those typically are the beginning signs that tell you that you keep this up, homie. It ain't gonna end well for you. Is that
Yeah.
fair?
Yes, that is
Yeah,
very fair.
yeah, yeah.
And
You might wake
sometimes
up in
it's
the
just
bushes.
yeah, it's you're just not drinking enough, you're not hydrated enough.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
and I have a cup holder, but I don't think the cup holder is holding enough water or that I need every 2 hours.
Hmm.
That's why I have the camelback.
Because I think that in the summertime, we're so built to go tank to tank.
Right,
But I think tank to tank is not a good idea in the summertime. I'm starting to
right,
reevaluate, a lot of this stuff. Tank to tank is not a good idea. It might be a better idea to go every 100, 120 miles to
which is
make
what I
sure that
do.
your hydration pan is aggressive. Maybe after dark it might be a little different, or maybe that might be different. But I think in the middle of a sunny day, if you rocking and rolling, I think you should. You got to be
Yeah,
aggressive on the hydration plan.
right. It's more it makes the ride more enjoyable as well.
Yeah.
So because I as a solo female rider, the one thing I do not want to do is run out of gas on the side of the road and have to depend on whoever shows up.
Gonna
So
be a
I'm
long
gonna
day.
I can
Be a
go about
long day. Yeah.
right. I can go about 200 miles on a tank, but I don't. I go at about 120. I'm looking to stop. So as soon
Smart.
as I can find a gas station after that, I stop to fill up. So I never go tank to tank by myself.
Well, I remember one of your videos. This is where now you're in. I think you probably just hit the Texas state line, so we're around
Mhm.
El Paso, or maybe just a little past
Yeah.
El Paso. But anyway, it was one of those when you were doing your dance at the Texas Welcome Center.
Yeah.
I need to pull that video up. But uh and I noticed you said, "Hey, I'm getting ready to start the gauntlet." So that told me right then when I heard you say that word.
Yeah.
And for our viewers out there, we nicknamed this stretch of highway on the I-10 from El Paso to pretty much Bernie, Texas, or San Antonio, or from San Antonio to El Paso. We call that stretch the gauntlet, and we call it that for a reason, not because it's a really hard stretch of road. It's because it's so rural and
Right.
things are so sparse. You're going through the desert. Out there, we call it that because if you make a mistake out there, most things are multiplied times 10. Is that
Right.
fair? If you're
Yes.
gonna run out of gas, you're gonna be in trouble. If you break
Yes.
down, you're gonna be in trouble. If you need a hotel room, there's only so many. There's not a whole lot of super Walmarts hanging out around that
Right.
stretch of road.
Right.
Is that fair?
Right.
Okay, so you said, hey, I'm getting ready to hit the gauntlet. So at that point, I'm sure you'd already had your gas plan in hand.
Right. I did. So this is when I start realizing that people were really watching me because I had received a text from Slider, who's an OG on the ride, and he said, "These
Shout
are
out to
your,"
my dog. Yeah, that's
he
my
said,
dog,
"These are
man.
your stops. Do not miss them."
Mm.
I don't, he like it was like no matter what you do, you better stop. And they were about 100 miles apart, and so I did exactly what he told me to. I didn't second guess. I didn't say, oh, I can make it. Let me see what's, I did exactly what he told me to. And it made it smooth. It made it a
You know,
lot smoother.
and I really do appreciate that. I really appreciate you were humble enough to take it and say, you know what? He knows what the heck he's doing. I don't have to get all the glory. Why not
Right,
just do
right.
what somebody has already done? What they say, when somebody give you the answers, why you go look?
Right.
Hey
Yeah.
man, if they give you the answer key, use the answer
Use the
key.
answer key. That's
Yeah,
right.
use it.
I, I,
Oh,
I, I, I've been called Superwoman, but I'm not stupid. So,
yeah, you don't want to be stupid woman.
right,
Be as super as you
right,
want to, but don't be stupid. Yeah, stupid,
right.
stupid ain't good. Ain't no retirement plan for stupid. Okay, so that stretch now we're talking probably almost 600 miles between
Right.
this stretch, that stretch, and during the time of year that you're going through is hot, it's hot, it's hot,
It was hot.
and
It
it's
was
lonely.
hot. I stopped at one gas station and I went to the restroom, which to me was a good thing because that meant I was hydrating well enough. I went to the restroom, but for whatever reason, my phone died. This is when I was starting to have issues with my phone because of the heat. But I was in the bathroom and there was this vent that was blowing the coolest air, and I stood under that vent for about 15 minutes to cool my body down. And
Get that core
so
temperature
yeah,
back down.
it was hot out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hot. Hey, the I-10 said for my riders, I've got a lot of y'all. The first week of June, I-10 said,
Oh,
come on out.
yeah,
Get your butt whipping. It's
yeah,
hot. It's hot.
yeah.
So I'm just telling you guys, 2 weeks before a ride, man, go ahead and start getting really, really used to hydrate,
even
water
before
day and night,
even before the ride, even before
way
the
before the
ride.
ride. Because you're not
And
going to
I
get it on the ride, homie. You're just catching up on the ride. You're just trying to
yeah,
keep pace on the ride. You're not going to, you need to have yourself prepared now. Okay,
yeah,
so, anything else on the stretch of the gauntlet that we need to talk about?
I did go through some wind. It wasn't a lot, but I did go through some wind where I had to sit up straight and hold that bike for a little bit, but it was I got through that pretty good. It was, I think, maybe I felt like 25-mile-per-hour gusts once in a while, but yeah, I think I went through at the most opportune time.
Okay,
So
and that's serious too, because that wears on your arms when you fight
yes,
the wind over and over and over and over. It'll beat on you as well as the ride itself, the temperature, and now you got the wind that's beating on you because you're running down across the desert 75. What the speed limit back there is, what, 80?
80.
It's 80 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. So Low Key said, how did you deal with isolation of doing it alone? Music, phone calls, etc. How did you rock with that?
A lot of music, and I have a Cardo. I swear by Cardo Edge.
Hmm.
um, so because even with the Cardo Edge, I can text. If somebody texts me, I can listen to the text, and I
Hmm.
can send a message back. But being able to call people, and that's where my pit crew came in very well, because they would.
Mm.
I don't know if they set a schedule, but they all called at certain times of day. They all called to make sure I was okay. Um, so I had a lot of communication going on, but the music, I was having my own concert. Me and Mickey Howard, Jill Scott, we were getting it.
Hey, hey man, shout out to Mickey Howard, man. That's back
Yes,
when divas was divas.
that's right.
I don't know what the hell they are today. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. hey, hey, man, shout out to the old school. But okay, so music, pit crew calling in, receiving cool messages. Do you normally feel lonely on the road?
Lonely?
Yeah,
No, no, no,
I don't either. I
no.
I
I'm in my
I,
own
I, I, I
world.
yeah, I think probably the only time I feel lonely is when I break down and run out of gas. But
Right.
other than that, I don't typically yeah, my man Rick Young said, don't give my credit to Mickey Howard. Hey, but I don't feel lonely on the highway. It really is my time to think and reflect.
It is. Um,
Yeah.
Somebody said that if you're gonna ride like that, you really have to either like yourself, or you're gonna it's gonna be hard. So
Yeah.
or you learn things about yourself. I learned a lot about myself on the ride. I've adjusted my attitude on a lot of things on the ride.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. Hey, brother Low Key said West Texas is lonely and not scenic for me. I wouldn't say it's not scenic. It is lonely.
it
Western
is long.
Texas, because for the riders who have never rode us, get ready to come out. There's a man. All you see is nothing but desert. You see a high ridge that looks like it's 2 miles away, but it's really like 50. And then you finally make it. You get across it just to find out it's getting ready to be another ridge,
The rich.
another 50 miles away. So
Yeah,
you've got to, in my opinion, you tell me, Phil, you got to play games with your mind. You got to
right,
find ways to motivate yourself. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We
You
we
gotta,
we say
yeah.
we always say this is not for everybody. It's levels to this here thing. You can't start from here to here. You got to
Right.
continuously work to build yourself up.
Right. It took me about 2 years to get to this point. Even though I knew a year ago that I wanted to do it, it still took this time for me to get there. I wanted to go out to um the $1 Million Highway 3 years ago, but I got COVID and I couldn't go because I just got really sick. So when I was out there riding this year, I told my handler, Mr. Gray, that I said, I understand why now I did not make it out here then because I wasn't ready.
Mm.
I thought I was, but I really wasn't ready. I'm a better rider, smarter rider now. Back then, I think it would have been a whole lot of drama
Yeah.
at the level I was. So yeah, it's a level, it's levels of this riding game. And we make it look easy, but trust me, we've been through some things to get to where we are.
Well said. Well said. I totally agree with you. So we now we're starting to move from Western Texas to Central Texas. Now we're starting to kind of move towards Eastern Texas. So if we're looking, because there's a big difference between San Antonio and
Yes,
Houston and Beaumont, is it not?
yes,
Mm.
yes.
Now we're
The
getting a
one
lot more traffic and congestion. Is that true?
right, and they are. What I realized, the more west you go, the more courteous the drivers are.
Mm.
The one thing I've out there, it says the left lane is for passing. It's a law. It's a state law.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true.
everybody was in the right lane. I'm in the left lane and I'm looking like I felt so
That's true.
bad. I got on over into the right lane, and but the
Yeah.
traffic was moving. Nobody rides in
And
the
and the
left lane.
speed limit is 80. If 80 is chugging along for you, then you probably have a real problem. So it
Right,
makes it okay to want to be in the right lane for you not to push the limit.
right, right.
Yeah.
And it was smooth. They everybody did what they were supposed to do, so it was okay to be in the right lane. But the closer I got to the East Coast, the east side of Texas, the worse it got. So I realized, okay, so now this, and even with the signs, um, it says slower traffic, stay to the right. It didn't say
Mhm.
that the left lane was for passing only. It's a
Right.
state law. So
Yeah.
even the dynamics,
On the East
yeah,
Coast, we some type of disrespectful on the highway anyway. Yeah,
I'm
we got
telling you,
issues, man. Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, we
definitely.
do. So at this point, so let's say at this point, how's the bike riding? Any issues with the bike?
The only issue I had with my bike, and I'm just going to be honest, I left my house knowing that my signal lights weren't working and my flasher, my hazard lights weren't working. So I knew that when I left this driveway. But while I was out there, if I had any other mishaps, it was my cruise control stopped working. That was the worst.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
My cruise control stopped working somewhere in Nevada, and that became a little bit of misery, a whole lot of misery.
Wow. Yeah, you were somewhat hardcore in it. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. When that cruise control go away, boy, it changes life. It
right.
changes life on
Yes,
you. Yeah, okay, your hands like this after a while.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, but for the most part, mechanically the bike ran extremely well.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, I had
Yeah.
absolutely no problems with the bike.
Okay. Other than the heat so far, no major issues with the rain. Because I think probably by the time you made it to Louisiana, and for anybody who's riding across the country, June, July, August, man, bring your rain suit. It's gonna rain.
Yes,
Anything that's close to the Gulf of Mexico, you're gonna get rain practically
you're gonna
every
get
day.
some rain.
You're
So
gonna get some rain.
on my way to Slidell, I went through maybe a 5 mile downpour. That's when I did the video of me putting on the rain suit because I didn't want to
Yeah,
put it on.
yeah.
I didn't want to go through that. So I was standing there. I was kind of just standing there for a minute, and the music was playing. And I said, well, let me make a video because I didn't want to put it on. But
I said, well, maybe that was just a rain dance,
yeah,
trying to make sure it did
like
rain.
go away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the clouds in the back. So, but it was about a 5 mile downpour, and then after that, I had no problems.
Good, good.
Yeah.
It, bringing it on in, gang. Not well, Louisiana. I consider this, and you tell me what you think. I consider when we're talking about moving through Louisiana, from Louisiana to Mississippi to the Panhandle, of Florida, to ports of Alabama, is pretty much all the same.
It's
What
all
you
the
think?
same.
It's all,
Yes. It's
nothing
all
but
the
a bunch
same.
of bushes, bunch of
Yes.
bushes,
Yes. A little bit of
yeah,
water. Yeah. You
and
can
a little
off
bit of
this
water.
a
Yeah,
couple of
coming
bridges.
across.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you cross this, when you cross the Florida state line, was it starting to dawn on you, man? I'm getting to the end of this thing.
Right. Right. I started it became nostalgic. I started, I'm on the home stretch. It was I started smiling more,
Mm.
and I started getting excited. The miles weren't going as fast as I wanted them to. So I started stopping more. Because I don't know
I
why.
noticed that.
Yeah, I was stopping more because I don't know why. I was just so excited, and I just wanted to be there. So I don't know why, but I started stopping at gas stations more. So um, I don't know if I was trying to prolong the ride, or I don't know why.
Some it's something I skipped, and I want to go back to it real fast. When you text and you said, Sarge, I'm gonna be one more day later. I'm gonna stop over in Slidell to the event.
Yes.
Speak on that if you don't mind.
I'm not gonna cry about this, but so that when I told you I thought I was by myself, when I pulled in the Slidell, I got there to go to the Unleash the Peace Army, the Peace Army's rally with Just GQ, and I know Ro from Riding with Ro, the lyrical writer, so I knew she was there. And that's all I had in my head is I'm going to see Ro. So I get there, I meet them at the meet and greet, and I come in. And when I walked in, I got stopped by people saying, I'm watching you. I see you. Oh, you're that girl that's riding right now. I had multiple people come up and tell me that they were watching me and they were rooting for me, and they loved it, and congratulations, and it was so overwhelming. I had to catch myself. It was very overwhelming. These people watching little old me. I'm a nobody. That's what I'm just nobody. And they was like, no, girl, you're everything. You're doing it. You're by yourself. You're killing it. Why are you doing this by yourself? And so it was very emotional for me to see that people recognize what I was doing, because in the end, and I'm doing it for myself,
Yes.
but to find out that other people are enjoying it, or other people are getting something from it, other people are being encouraged, other people are inspired, or you know it was it was overwhelming. Kodak Kodak was the first one. He talked about he said, I posted on your video about you out in the middle of nowhere and you can't stop to see anything. Like, we had a whole conversation about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was very motivating. It was very uplifting. It gave me a lot of energy, and I just reveled in it. I let go and enjoyed it. Where
Wow.
generally I'm kind of a reserved person. I keep telling people I'm introvert.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful thing. The social experiment part of all of this is real. It's
Mm.
very real, and it goes beyond me telling you where I am and what's going on the road. It's um like your wife told me, she said, you're part of the family. And
No,
it
that's right.
does. It felt like, hey, come here. We see you. So yeah,
Yes.
that was a huge bonus for me to stop
Yeah.
there and get that. I was just
Yeah.
going to unleash the peace. I had
Yeah.
signed up for that. That's all. That's all I was doing. I was going to support GQ, and here
Hey,
I am
no,
walking
you
and get
ain't
all
know
the
you were going to
support.
see your family. That's what you were
Right.
going to do. You didn't know it,
And
but
didn't
you knew
know it.
today.
Yes. Yes, and did
Let's
not
do this.
realize it. Yes.
Hey, man, on that.
I love you guys.
Hey, I'm going to say this. When you text me and told me where you were going to go and you held up, I said, great, great. Because I knew when you got there, I knew the love they were going to put on you. I know you were going to feel like you were 10 feet tall by the
Yes.
time they were done with you. I said, when she done that Unleash the Peace event, the Peace Army event, she
Yes.
coming into Jacksonville like a titan. She
Yes.
ain't gonna be playing.
Yes.
When
And
it
that's how
fuel,
it
when it
felt.
just fueled, it was like jet fuel, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
Yeah,
It really
yeah,
was. It really
yeah.
was.
Man, that's so great. But so we're gonna do this, man, because we took a little time because we had to get that out of our system. I wanted to share that with everybody. So we get up the next morning. She ain't playing no games. Sarge, I'm in Slidell, but I'm gonna be on your neck in the next few hours. So she pushes in. She comes in like you spoke about. You start doing some gas station follies. I'm sitting here. I'm like, yeah, let me go out there and get her. Let me go out there and get her. But she was enjoying herself. When I saw you, it was smiley face and it was rocking and rolling. So we get into Jacksonville, and this is where we at now. Let's see. This is where we at.
Yes.
Ain't that for everybody? Look at that
Yes.
face. Look at that smiley face. This
Yes.
woman has been across the country and back,
I
and
did
she's
it.
still smiling.
Yes. I
It's
did that.
crazy. You did that. Let me do this. There she is. Let's do this. I'm gonna tell you now.
Oh,
That's Rider 315 earned
yes.
but not given. I
Number
gotta give you a Dom
315.
DeMarco. I gotta give you a Dom DeMarco. Where my Dom DeMarco? You gotta give it to you. She gotta
Yeah.
get a Dom DeMarco. You did this by yourself. Now you had a pit crew, but your pit
I
crew
had
wasn't gonna
picked
take
her.
that heat off you. Your
Right.
pit crew wasn't gonna take that. They wasn't gonna take that rain off. Your pit crew was not gonna be your cruise control.
Right.
The pit crew wasn't holding up your motorcycle for you. You did that thing.
Yes.
Some 5 years of riding a motorcycle. This woman thought she was brave enough, bad enough, confident enough, skillful enough to ride across America by herself. And oh,
By
by the way, I'm gonna
myself.
say this. Tamara says, Superwoman, you damn right she is. There's only 16 of y'all have
Oh.
ever done this on this campaign by yourself.
Point 16. Yes.
You tell me. You tell me. So let's bring it into home, Fearless. Let's do this. Because she's fearless, y'all. Let's bring it into home. This is the final segment. This is your dough to talk about anything. We just listen to it and take it in everything you say. What did you
I
learn about this ride, and what would you like us to take away from this podcast today?
um the biggest thing I learned is that even when I thought I was alone, I really wasn't. I really was not alone. I had to, like I said, I had to do it by myself because that's how it was. But I had people who were cheering me on and praying for me. I have a prayer warrior on my pit crew, and that called me every morning and prayed for me. And then I have just one person that just we're they call him my motorcycle husband. He just kept up with me, make sure I was okay. Um, it's don't I would like to ride with people, and I would like other people to ride with people, but if you can't get somebody to do what you want to do, go ahead and do it yourself. Find a way to do it yourself. You might not do it in 3, 4, 5 days. It might take you a little bit longer, but do it. Don't not do it. It's life is very short, and you need to enjoy it the best way you know how. And if people are supposed to be with you, people are supposed to be with you. If if somebody was supposed to ride with me, they would have been with me. But it was my trip and my trip alone, and that's fine. I learned a lot about myself. I let go of a lot of things. I I the love that I got helped me with who I am and my place in the motorcycle community. That was huge for me. Um, I'm not scared anymore to walk up to people and talk to them because they're genuinely nice, and that's what I got when I got to Slidell. I was put on a stage through Sarge. Thank you so much. Through your efforts, I was put on a stage, and the people received me, and they let me know that yeah, you're part of us, and that's huge. Um, I just I want to thank you because you did get out on that road and meet me. And I didn't know it was you, but I knew it was somebody special because you kept with me and I noticed. And that just absolutely made me feel really good. And then for Slider to come flying in to escort
Crazy.
me home. Like he thought I was worth enough to come and escort me home. That
Mad salute.
was
Yeah, I
everything
was
to
loving.
me. Yes, I told him I hope I never fail him because I'll never forget that. I'll never forget
Yeah,
that. And then
yeah.
meeting the lady behind the man. That was my thing right there. That
The operations officer.
yes, yes, I absolutely enjoyed meeting her. So I think I got a friend for life. So
You do.
yeah,
You do. She's on here right now. She's
yes,
listening in.
I love you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Because I
awesome.
came in crying. I was boom crying, and she was there for me.
Yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. I'm gonna say this, and this is no hyperbole. This is no cap. It was probably one of the nicest entries that we've had
Oh,
in a long time because I
oh
really
wow.
felt it. I felt it in your heart. I felt that
Yes.
you were really, really happy, excited, pleased. I could see it. It wasn't just a ride for you. It
Right.
looked like it was so much more than
It
just
was
a
so much more, so
yeah,
much more, so
yeah.
much more.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
we see this crazy guy Slider, who's an alumni. He's family. Now you his family. He
Right.
gets off a plane because backstory for everybody. We're all on 360 on Glimpse together, the
Yes.
three of us, and I see Slider leaves Dallas, and I see Slider again arrive in Savannah.
And Savannah.
And next thing you know, within a couple, 2, 3 hours, he's in Jacksonville to meet you at the I-10
Right.
on his
I think he
motorcycle.
land he his plane landed like 12, little after 12.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
I
much.
He got off the plane and got on his bike. There is no in between.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing but jump. He threw his bags in the corner and jumped on his bike
in
to be there
in a
for you down
storm.
there.
In
Yep,
a
sure did.
storm.
He sure did. He sure
And we
did.
rode back. The whole time I had all this great weather from Jacksonville to Savannah is where it was like, okay, no, we're not gonna let you finish this ride without something. And it
Oh yeah,
stormed.
we ain't playing that with you.
Right. It stormed all the way
Yeah,
home.
we ain't playing that with you at all. Yeah, DJ
Yes.
D Reddy says so proud of you. Your energy is
Thank
contagious.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
a great thing. And and I know we can't keep you. We gotta go ahead and shut this down here soon. But I'm gonna say this, Fearless. Your ride was very enjoyable. It was a pleasure
That
observing your
means a lot
ride,
to me.
and because of people like you, Rider 315, for
315.
you caring enough to share your ride, we're all gonna become better motorcycle riders each and every day. So
Yes.
Let me give you one more. I gotta give you one more Dom DeMarco. I gotta give you one more.
Dom DeMarco.
Rider 315, y'all. She's in the family. She's been a it's official. You see, she rocking a shirt. Everything is all good. So, ma'am, what's after this? What's next in your life?
I don't know how I'm going to top this, but I'm trying to go to Alaska with Kodak. I'm putting you on blast, Kodak.
Hello.
Putting Kodak on
Hello.
blast.
Yeah, hello. Hey, it seems like Alaska, when everything else is up, it's the final frontier. Everybody say, you know what? I just got to get up to Alaska. Yeah, I got to get up to Alaska. Awesome, awesome. So, ma'am, thank you again for coming on with us today. We are better and more inspired people, and I know you might not know this, but you're inspiring somebody right now today that's watching this podcast or going to watch this podcast in the future. And they're going to be on this podcast one day, and they're going to say they got up there off their couch and they were inspired to do what they did because people like you. Watch, it's coming. It's coming.
Be so worth it. If that's what I had to go through, it'll be so worth it.
Social experiment is crazy, isn't it? It's the craziest thing in the world.
Yes. So I'm
People
open to anybody talking to me, calling me. I'm at She Rides 912.
There it is.
You can find me. She Rides 912. Yes.
And
I'm the pink hearts that come across everybody's page.
Yeah, we will put her her YouTube and her handle in the descriptions after the show. So, hey, Ballhead Nasty said, congratulations, Rider 350. Nasty is actually a Gold Star third.
Yes, I was following him. I was following his last trip. Yes.
If anybody know the 10, Nasty knows it. Nasty knows it. I think he spent more time on the I-10 than he spent in his own driveway. Hey, well, Fearless, thank you again. Thank you, ma'am. Any final words before we let you get about your day?
I am part of the Iron Elite, home of the ground pounders.
Facts. Facts. Here we go. Hey. Thank you, ma'am. God bless, and we'll be talking to you soon. In the meantime, Phyllis, I need you to keep it motorcycling, you dig?
Keep it motorcycling, you dig?
Take care. Thank you. Okay, man, there you have it. Rider 315. Andrea Brown, a.k.a. Fearless, man, just did her thing. Just went across the country, man, on her motorcycle by herself, some solo dolo across the country, and she made it look easy. She made it look easy because she was prepared, man. It was her season to make the ride. She executed well. She showed us safe practices, and now she's home and smiling and telling us, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. What I like about what we do on the platform is that the beauty of the social experiment is that we're all teaching each other from our mistakes, from our accomplishments, through what we do, and then we're showing it to you in real time. That's what I really, really love about the social experiment. The each one, teach one, get out. Thank you to all my I-10 ambassadors, whether it's Brother Low Key, whether it's Slider, whether it's Kodak, whether it's just a ton of them, Big Country, Becky Tart, Lil Mama, all the people who support each and every one of those riders who get across the country on their motorcycles, man. Thank you guys for what you do. What you do is priceless to us as a family and to the platform. I want to take a time, if y'all don't mind, I'm just going to pivot just for a few seconds and then talk about a couple things. Don't worry, I'm going to be nice about it, but I want to be very honest and open about it. The Iron Elite Get Down, it's its own thing. It can't be mixed with other things. It's its own family amongst other families. Iron Elite is not an arrogant family. It's not an arrogant organization. It's not an arrogant brand. It's a brand that really focuses in on motorcycle riding. It doesn't focus in on anything first than motorcycling. Motorcycling. If you are a motorcycle rider, you're the tip of the spear for this particular program. If you're not a motorcycle rider, you're a past motorcycle rider, or you can't ride motorcycles, but you love people who ride motorcycles, you're a part of our family as well. But the focus has to stay on the motorcycle riding. Is what we do. And I can't come off that, and I won't come off that. Nothing else comes first than the motorcycle ride. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Iron Elite is the family. It's our tree. The I-10 is just a branch of the tree. The Titan Award is another branch of the tree. The group page and all the social media is just another branch of the tree. But the Iron Elite is the family. It's the family amongst all kind of people from different genres, from different walks of life, from different states, from different coasts, who have this one common thing in common. We love motorcycling, and we love on people who motorcycle. What makes our family so strong and so powerful is because everybody knows what everybody had to go through to get to where they're going. To get the I-10 to the end, sure, we know what you had to go through. To be named as a Titan, we know what you had to go through. To be considered as a long-distance rider, we know it ain't easy, and we know what you had to go through. That's why we respect you so well. That's why we're at the ride to eat, and everybody pull up. Or we at the event in Slidell, the Peace Army, and everybody pull up. Or we at the Iron Elite, and everybody pull up. We grab you and we hug you and we love on you because we know you went through disrespectful rain, cold, heat, sometimes snow, sometimes traffic issues, sometimes bike maintenance failures, sometimes health failures, to get to that one event just to hug each other and have some food and to play some music and to drink some beverages, just to turn 24 hours later to turn around and go back home and go through it all again. Yeah, we're the weirdest people in the world, and we love it. You guys are weird, and we love it. And we embrace that weirdness because our passion for people that don't have our passion is hard to explain to them. They think you're a complete nut job to go do what Fearless just did. You crazy? You're a woman by yourself. Are you nuts? Yes. She's nuts about life. She's nuts about living her dreams and her goals. That's what makes us so unique. So when I see things and people come to me and they say, Sarge, I think you should do this, or Sarge, I think you should mix this. I can't. I won't do it to my folks. I won't. I want to bring everybody over to what we're doing. And oh, by the way, you can do other things too. You can like Coke and Sprite at the same time. You can like chocolate and vanilla too. It doesn't matter. I like chicken, and you can like beef too. It doesn't mean that you have to like one thing. If I like one thing, you can't like the other thing, Sarge. Sarge, if you like air, you can't like water. No, we like both because it's important. Both. Sarge, can you get this person or this company to back us? I can, but now it's their thing. Let it be our thing. When it's our thing, when we support it, when we give donations to it, when we purchase merch from it, when we do those things from it, we're just empowering our thing. When we let other people do it, man, they're going to have opinions about things. And they're going to want to turn around what we built organically over the last 8 years. They're going to turn it around. Gut it. You're not going to even recognize it no more. I'm not going to recognize it anymore. And it's going to probably go to dust. So I say, let's build within ourselves, let's stay in our core values, let's understand our mission statement. And if you don't know what the mission statement is of the Iron Elite podcast show, it's in the descriptive title, in the descriptions of the show. It's there each and every time. If you don't know the mission of the Iron Elite Facebook group page, it's at the top. Just read it. And when you read it, you'll understand why Sarge is doing what he's doing. If you just read it. And when you read it, you'll probably say, dang, I can get down with that. I embrace that. That makes sense to me. Starts first with motorcycling. Of course, we're going to love on our family. We're going to support our family. We're going to give energy to our family. We're going to be selfless about our family. Then everything else we can just kind of bleed and we'll deal with everything else on a case-by-case basis. I know I've been long-winded. You know, some people say, Sarge, what the heck are you talking about? But I think if you go back and play this video and you re-listen to it, you'll kind of start picking up what I'm putting down. It is all about the people on this platform. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show today. I know I did. If you really, really enjoyed it, do me a favor for all you who have social media, and I know there's a lot of y'all, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's whatever, YouTube, share this video today. I guarantee you by sharing this video, Fearless is right, you're going to motivate and inspire somebody else. And that's what we do here on this Each One Teach One platform, is we're, as my man K Solo would say, is we aspire to inspire one another to be the best people, motorcycle riders we can be. So with that being said, man, your boy Sarge just got to go because I got a day job. In the meantime, let me do this. And thank you to the operations officer. This weekend was a really busy weekend for her. She's had to do a lot of things to get things ready for our riders to get ready to come up in the next week and a half. So thank you to her. As a matter of fact, as I speak, she's working right now on some different things. She's working on the Titan program. She's working on the links. She's working on the grading system. She's working on the rules for the judges. She's working on all these things to put these things together behind the scenes. The unsung hero, the operations officer. So if you get a chance, you see her, or do me a favor today, if you guys could be so kind, get on the Iron Elite group page, man, and publicly give her a thank you. Give her an attaboy, man. It would really do my heart well for us just to join in today and thank Miss D, man, for all the great work that she's done on the platform, especially over the last few months, man. It ain't been easy. It's been a lot of work. It's really 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It don't stop. It just don't stop. So thank you again. Thank you to her. Thank you to all my ambassadors. Thank you for everybody that's on the group page. And if you love the group page, do me a favor. Invite folks to join the page. If you enjoy the page, invite them onto the page and let them be able to experience what you experience. Subscriptions to the YouTube. If you love the YouTube channel, you like what we do, share it with other people, man. Shoot us a subscribe. If you watch this YouTube channel more than 2 times and you ain't subscribed, man, you need to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like and comment. We don't care about being the biggest, but we want to be the best. So in the meantime, in between time, man, y'all keep it motorcycling. Stay safe. Get your butt to work, man, because them motorcycle parts ain't cheap, you dig? Peace.
Hey now, it's your girl Piper, the 2025 Iron Elite Female Titan, and you're now tuned in to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast Show, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion and the Coast to Coast Run, the social experiment, where motorcycling is not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You dig? Now like, share, subscribe, and follow for all things motorcycling, and I'll see you on the sled.
Hey y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite Podcast. You dig?
This is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite Podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here. You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite Podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
Hey, it's your boy Low Key. Y'all know I roll with Big Sarge and the Iron Elite, home of the Titan Award and the Ground Pounder Family Reunion. Each one teach one, you dig? Make sure y'all bring that same energy out here next week and the week after. We going to the Super Bowl and we gonna win that bitch. We gonna win that bitch.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.